My name is Stephanie Allais. I'm a researcher at the Center for Education and Labor, a research center at the University of the Witwatersrand School of Education. We've done a large research project in 6 countries: Bangladesh, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Laos, South Africa, and Vietnam, looking at the contribution of formal vocational education programs for preparing people to work in manufacturing companies across a range of different manufacturing sectors. And we were interested in understanding, do employers value formal TVET qualifications? Do they see them as assisting them in their industrial transformation processes, in growing and developing using new technology, expanding employment, which is obviously a crucial priority for South Africa? We were also interested in understanding, do they focus more on higher level programs or lower level programs? Do they use formal programs at the point of hiring at different levels of the workforce, or do they use them to upskill people who they have already employed? In the main, we found quite low take-up of formal vocational education qualifications at the operator level, where companies wanted formal TVET qualifications. It was for artisans or technicians. We found very little use of formal qualifications for upskilling. In other words, once people have been employed, employers were not particularly interested in putting them through formal TVET qualifications, even though in some sectors, and the automotive sector in South Africa is a key one, we did find that there is a lot of very formal training that happens, particularly for machine operators. One of the interesting things that we found from this research is how much employers as well as TVET college lecturers emphasized the importance of mathematics for taking people through technical training. We interviewed employers who do very formal training for their operators and their artisans, and they all emphasized that when they are selecting learners for an apprenticeship, and sometimes they've got 6,000 applicants for 120 training positions, one of the key things that they really screen for is learners who have passed mathematics at school. We spoke to college lecturers who were saying they're really struggling in putting young people through artisan training, through the native engineering programs, because so many young people are increasingly getting into TVET colleges with maths literacy and not maths, and that just doesn't prepare them for engaging in vocational education qualifications in the engineering sector. So we found that quite a striking finding across the research, that there was this very strong emphasis on mathematics. And what we thought it really foregrounds is that we need to start thinking about mathematics not only as preparation for further study, which it clearly is. And, there are studies which show that maths is the biggest predictor of success at university, for example. But also, we need to think about mathematics as really important for people who want to do any kind of technical work, even if the training that they're going to get is in the workplace and not in a college or university. It was not the core aim of the project. The core aim of the project, as I said, was looking at manufacturing companies and their use of TVET in relation to technology, new products, new work organization. But the extent of emphasis on mathematics was quite striking, and something that I really felt is important to share with the maths education community.